On my last trip, I tested 4 backpacking stoves, from a $5 cat food can to a $150 Jetboil. They all worked fine, but when I had to pick one setup I trust to bring again, it wasn't even close. When I started backpacking, I used to carry everything. You know those old Boy Scout style aluminum cook kits? The ones that nest into a clunky tower of pots, lids, pans, and handles that never quite fit together? I had that, along with a collapsible propane stove and a full bottle of propane. It sounded smart at the time, real cooking in the backcountry, but the reality was heavy, loud, and awkward. By the second day of any trip, half the pots were still buried in my pack and I was basically eating out of just one pot anyways. Now, I've gone in the opposite direction. My entire cook kit, fuel, stove, pot, utensils, lighter, everything weighs well under a pound and packs into a single titanium pot the size of a coffee mug. It's simple, it's compact, and it works every single time I need it to. And everything I'm showing here is linked down below if you want to build your own version of this cook system. So here's what earned its place in the kit and what got cut. So let's start with the heart of the kit, the stove. So I recently made a video where I tested 4 of the most popular backpacking stoves out there. The BRS 3000T was stupid light and it's kind of crazy how small it is. The Jetboil Stash was the opposite. Sleek, quiet, fast, and stable. The Fancy Feast alcohol stove was absurdly cheap and it actually boiled water. And then there's the Pocket Rocket 2. It's about as light as I'd ever want a stove to be and it's rock solid. Hot, cold, windy, it doesn't matter. This thing just works. And if you've never seen it up close, I've got it linked below. It's the same stove that I've used for over 5 years now, and it's still going strong. It's a decent size, the flame control is pretty smooth, and it's never felt fragile. You can simmer, you can blast it, and it holds a steady flame even in most windy conditions. And after doing a field test of 4 different stoves, the Pocket Rocket 2 is still my winner. For a combination of weight, price, durability, and function, it's the stove I'd recommend for most backpackers. So next, my fuel. This one's pretty simple, a standard isobutane fuel canister. These are easy to find, easy to swap, and no weird fittings. The smaller 3.5 ounce size is perfect for 2 to 4 nights if you're only boiling water. For longer trips, I'll sometimes bump it up to the bigger 8 ounce canister. I usually like to grab MSR or Jetboil canisters. They're reliable and easy to find, but if I'm in a pinch and just pick one up at Walmart, like this one, that works too. Next, I'll keep a small square of foil folded in my cook kit. It's one of those pieces that ends up doing like a little of everything. I'll slide it under the pot if the ground's soft or uneven. I'll use it as a quick wind block when it's gusty, or I'll sometimes just lay it out as a clean spot for my lighter, my spork, and my cook bag to sit on off the ground. Weighs nothing, has multifunctionality, and it permanently lives in my cook kit. For ignition, I just use a Bic Mini. It's light, dependable, and the one I always come back to. Now with a Bic, you do have to be a little careful in strong wind or rain, but it's still my favorite. I'll keep one in my cook kit and a backup in my repair kit. This system just works. But the pot setup might actually be the most underrated part of this whole kit. 1 pot and 1 utensil. My main pot is the Toaks Titanium 750 milliliter pot. It's a slightly bigger pot that works for all my needs. Big enough for a real dinner, but still small enough to pack down pretty tight. I can do ramen with all the extras, a freeze-dried meal, oatmeal, coffee, even melt snow if I need to. The titanium keeps it ultralight and tough. No coatings to scratch, and I've dropped this thing 100 times. The handles fold flat, the whole system is smooth and compact, and the little steam vents in the lid are one of those details you don't think about until you see them in action. I've also got the smaller 550 milliliter version of this same pot, which you can see right behind me right there. And I'll swap to that one on shorter trips or if I'm trying to keep my pack weight lower. It still boils a full 2 cups of water, but I can't fit my whole cook kit inside it, so I usually stick with the 750 milliliter size as my default. And then the Toaks long handle titanium spork. So if you've ever eaten out of a freeze-dried bag with a regular size spoon, you already know why the long version of a spork might matter. The long handle keeps your hands clean, it stirs better in deep pots, and the titanium doesn't flex or break like those plastic ones, even the stronger ones you might find at places like REI. The titanium also keeps it ultralight, and it's one of those small upgrades that makes dinner way less annoying. So that's it. No bowls, no plates, no second pot, no 4 emergencies frying pan that never sees daylight. And when it's time to pack up, everything in the cook kit folds neatly into itself. No loose parts, no wasted space. With the 750 milliliter size pot, I can pack the entire cook system into the pot itself. The fuel canister, aluminum foil, stove, and lighter. The lid locks it down, everything stays pretty quiet, and the whole thing slides into a small drawstring bag. Aside from the fuel, the full kit is just over 6 ounces, and it does everything I need to cook and eat out there. And if you want to see the full test that confirm this setup, a showdown of 4 popular backpacking stoves head to head in real conditions, that video's right here. Watch that next and you'll see exactly why the others didn't make the cut. And I'm curious, what's in your cook kit? What's actually earned its place after multiple trips? Drop it in the comments and I'll see you out there.